What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and just got off work a little bit ago. Was checking out what's going on with the game today, and we got some pretty cool news. They actually are bringing Ronda Rousey into Raid Shadow Legends. Kind of interesting. Some of you all may not know who she is if you're not familiar with the world of sports ball, as some people like to call it. Ronda Rousey is a pretty legendary mixed martial artist. She was one of the best fighters in UFC for a long period of time. I believe she's doing WWE stuff now, but pretty popular person, especially here in the United States with mixed martial arts. So it's kind of cool to see that they're bringing sort of a mainstream celebrity into the game. It's interesting. They've been doing some ads with Jeff Goldblum recently, and now we have a mainstream athlete coming into the game. So I wonder if we're going to see more stuff like this in the future with Raid. But we'll take a look at her in a minute. First thing I want to let you guys know is there is a new promo code. It's Raid Ronda. It's for part of this promotion. Everybody can use this. You're going to get some energy and some XP and some auto battles and stuff to use with that. If you want to hold it for a couple days, you can use that once you get her to level her up if you want, or you can just go ahead and claim all this stuff right now and use it, which I'll probably do, because we're actually on the third account, the alt account, that we're doing the Arbiter Challenge on, where we're trying to get Arbiter as quickly as we can. We've hit a bit of a roadblock with the arena missions. It just takes a long time to get these medals farmed up early in the game. We did just hit the 5-month mark on this account. You can see we got an 8 out of 10. We're at 400 gold medals. We've got 500 more to go to get through that next roadblock. So we're kind of focusing on that a little bit. I'll do an update on this account at some point. It's pretty fun to just come back here and kind of play the early game stuff and just really enjoy it, as opposed to my other two accounts, which are pretty much into the end game and late game. And not a lot to get excited about there anymore, but we can still have some fun on this account. But let's just go ahead and go in here. You've got the Ronda chase going on right now. If you got on today, you got the day one, and they are giving away Savage gear with this. I'm hoping this is good. Hopefully it came with some good pre-rolled crit rate, crit damage, stuff like that. Some of these have been random on these guaranteed champions, and the gear rolls pretty crappy. But especially on this account, since it's newer, we could certainly use all of this Savage gear. So hopefully we will be able to take advantage of that. Now, she is going to be available in the game until February 20th. She is a free legendary champion, so anybody who logs in for 7 days, anytime until then, will be able to get her. So it's pretty cool. We've got some interesting stuff on her kit. We're going to go take a look at that. I believe she is in the Bannerlords faction. We can just go ahead and pull her up right here. Actually, let me go into the index and see if she's been added in here. That way, okay, good. You get a little bit of a better idea in the index because they take it up to 60. You can see the base stats a little bit better here. So decent base attack of 1500. Speed of 101 is good. Crit rate is 15, and she starts off with 63% crit damage. So that's pretty nice. Resist to 40, fairly standard there. So pretty cool. She's got ally attack in all battles by 30%, which is nice. And let's just go ahead and jump in. Now, we have her model here, which looks okay. I don't know. It's a little bit on the simple side. I guess they're going for some kind of gladiator / fighter look in the Bannerlords faction. I feel like they could have done a little bit better job just with the face and all that. It feels like with her and Ninja especially, I don't know, the facial models just aren't amazing. When if you look at somebody like Saito, who is based on a real person, and even Simple, he looks pretty good there. But let's go ahead and jump into the kit and see what we got here. We got an A1 that hits 3 times. We'll place an extra hit if the target is under 50% after the third hit. So you got a pretty good, what I'm thinking would be single target damage attack here. This also would have some utility for the Fire Knight, being able to smack that shield and get it down pretty quick. Looks like 4 books here, all damage. We've got an A2, attacks 1 enemy 3 times again, so another triple hitter. Ignores shield buffs and 30% of the target's defense. So again, we're thinking this is going to hit fairly hard. We can get this down to a 3-turn cooldown. Now, the cool thing about this, I noticed when I was looking at her earlier, is you get a block passive skills and a block active skills debuff, which cannot be resisted. So this is really nice. These are actually 2 really good skills. This will be nice for arena when you want to take out a single target's abilities. For example, like a Mordu Macab or a Duchess or someone like that. You'll be able to hopefully land that plate just since you're placing it It's pretty nice, and you can't be resisted, so you don't really have to worry about the accuracy there too much. You do get 3 books there, so we're at 7 books, which is not bad, and then it looks like 3 books on the A3, so only 10 books for her is pretty good for a legendary. So A3 here is going to attack all enemies 2 times. Damage increases by 30% if she is higher than 50% HP. So you tack on a couple masteries to this, and she could probably hit fairly hard. I don't know what the multipliers are on this, but I'm assuming they're going to be pretty good for the AoE attack. She's immune to turn meter reduction effects when this skill is not on cooldown. So that way, if they try to cut in with like a Lysandra or someone and cut your turn meter down, you won't really have to worry about that too much. So pretty cool. All damage based on attack. We got a cooldown here of 1, but it looks like all of her books are going into damage. And we have a passive, which is a 50% chance to join an attack when an ally attacks an enemy. They'll attack with her default skills, so that could be a 3 or 4 hitter, which is nice. And she's also got kind of a Madame Saris thing here where she's going to put a shield buff on herself equal to 40% of her max HP. So the first thing I like about this is she's just very simple and straightforward. I like damage champions where I don't have to screw around with anything else. I can just build them purely for damage. We can just go for attack here. We can go for crit rate, crit damage. Obviously, if you want some resistance, and we're probably going to want some HP on her to take advantage of that shield a little bit. But overall, it's just a very simple and straightforward approach. Run forward and punch people. And I like that with champions. It's a lot easier on some of these champions where you don't have to build in accuracy and everything else and still try to get some damage. Like Hernding, for example, is someone I've been working on lately for Doom Tower. And it's like he hits really hard, but I also need him to have like 350 plus accuracy so he can do some of the things against the bosses. And so it gets really difficult to build a nuker to hit that hard, but also have these other statistics that they need to be viable in some of the content. And I think with her, it's going to be purely an arena role. I think on my main account, I'll probably use her in 3v3. I don't really need an arena nuker for main arena, but she could come in handy on 3v3. And where she's probably going to come in handy the most is going to be on those newer and mid-level accounts where you need help in all kinds of areas. She's going to help you out in Fire Knight a little bit, and she's going to be really solid in the arena. If that A3 hits pretty hard, plus you're going to get that single target lockout with the block passives, block active skills. That's a really cool A2 that they put on her. And it's kind of nice that they're doing things like this, because the last couple of guaranteed champions they've done, Ultimate Death Knight was really good. Looks like she's going to be pretty good. Delania was pretty solid. Even Simple, I've been using him a lot more on my main account lately. And he's pretty cool. He's got a pretty fun little kit. And of course, obviously, Ninja had a lot of good utility for several areas in the game. So it's nice to get these guaranteed champions that can actually help out some newer and mid-level players. And I think that's really where she's going to have the biggest impact. So it'll be kind of cool. We get her in 7 days. We'll be able to build her up and test her out and see where she is going to work out at. But I'm pretty excited about this, actually, especially on this account, since this is our newer account here that we've only been playing for 5 months. God, if we get through all these freaking pop-ups. Looks like we got a couple of things to claim here. And but yeah, you can see here on this account, let me just sort my roster here. We're still building up our roster. I've kind of quit developing 60s just because I feel like we're at a point in the game now where we can start pushing content with what we have. Actually the biggest area I'm struggling in is Arena, because we are using Galek as our main nuker. And he's built okay at this point, but we need to sort of upgrade, and that's why we actually did just get Gembo. I pulled him during, I think, the Void 2X. We had maybe like 10 or 11 Void shards, and we actually did manage to get him in that, so that was pretty cool. So I'm actually working on building up his masteries, and I need to get his books, and then we're probably going to build him to take over as our mid-game to late-game nuker on this account, because he has some really cool stuff there. But I can definitely see us maybe trying out Ronda Rousey as well. She looks like she's going to be pretty cool. The problem with her, of course, on this account and with many other accounts, is going to be having the legendary books to book out her damage, because you're obviously going to want that extra damage from those books to help you nuke in the arena. But we've got Gembo here. We just got actually a 6-star Madame Saris to sort of bring her into arena as well. We got to level her up, do her books and masteries and everything too. But I think we're in a good spot on this account. We've got plenty of 60s that are going to help us in content. We've got our clan boss team built out already with Juliana and the 4 rares. So we're in a pretty good spot to start grinding some gear and building up these champions, getting some better gear, and pushing forward in the arena to try to go through and kind of push this account and try to get that arbiter as quickly as we can. So that's going to just about do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about this new Ronda Rousey champion. I think it's pretty cool they brought her into the game here. And don't forget to use your promo code to go ahead and get some extra goodies so you can keep farming in the game. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.